Hello there guys and welcome, it is Niran here and today it's time for me to bring you episode number 2 of our FIFA 17 career mode here with Hull City. Today we have got 2 Barclays Premier League games, of course a massive amount of transfer activity. Before we get into any of that, I've got to say a massive thank you to you guys for the support on episode number 1 of this new series. Honestly, I'm so hyped, this series is going to be so sick, I'm really looking forward to it. You guys showing massive amounts of positivity and support, 5,000 views, 300 likes, massive amounts of comments, so thank you guys so much for that. Talking of episode 1, I gave you guys the chance to vote for the new signing, the new winger that we were going to bring into the club in episode 1. You guys didn't choose Rashika, surprisingly didn't choose Brady either, given the amount of comments I got on episode 0. You chose Leon Bailey, the Jamaican winger from Genk, which makes 2 signings from Genk. Intriguingly, on the same in-game day, you saw there a moment ago in the inbox that we had the new signing arrival, the new signing arriving, whatever, notification on the same day. That's because Onyinye and Ndidi and Leon Bailey both signed from Genk to Hull on the same day, which is a pretty interesting story. It's almost like a low-scale The Journey, isn't it, where you've got Gareth and Alex Hunter signing for the same team. Anyway, that's beyond the point. You saw the attributes there of Leon Bailey. He's got 86 potential. Really looking forward to using him after we've signed him for £6 million. Again, thank you to everyone who voted on that. You'll get a chance to vote on some more transfers as well at the end of this episode. But now, just taking a break from transfer activity after our first major signing, I guess, of this series, we're just looking a bit more detail at the objectives. Youth development wise, we've got to sign a midfielder to the youth academy, and that's basically it. Brand exposure you saw. Financial, we've got to end the season with £17 million still left and have a profit margin of £85 million, I think it was, something along the lines of that. And in terms of domestic success, we're expected to finish mid-table, so not avoid relegation, just literally finish mid-table, and also reach the round of 16 in the FA Cup or the Capital One Cup, which should be okay. Now, moving back to transfer activity swiftly, we're looking at this guy. This guy was actually suggested to me by a guy who I'm assuming is Swedish, because he gave me a load of Swedish players to sign. But Linus Volkvist is actually a decent right-back. Now, I know we've already got El Mohammadi, and we've already got Odubajo as well, who's a decent backup right-back, but Odubajo can also play as a left-back, and he's got 4-star weak foot, so he could play on the left, he could be a backup left-back, and Linus Volkvist could be our backup right-back for now, but he's 19 years of age and 69 overall. With heavy amounts of training, I reckon this guy could be a first-team player by February. Honestly, I mean 6 overall in 6 months. I reckon that's doable. We're signing him for £1.2 million from Norrköping. I realise we've gone through this very, very quickly. The Swedish team did actually reject our first offer of £1 million, so we had to bump it up to £1.2 million. But it's still a very, very cheap deal, and he becomes our 3rd signing of this transfer window from Swedish side Norrköping. And as I said, you know, he's £1.2 million. We're just going to have to be patient with him. But I really genuinely think he could be a first-team right-back by the end of the season. Definitely. Him and Ndidi will be first-team players by the end of the season. Leon Bailey will be a first-team player straight away. But Linus Volkvist, he's gone under the radar, but genuinely I think he could be one of our best signings in any career mode, because he could genuinely become a first-team right-back, having signed for £1.2 million. So he becomes our 3rd signing. Again, we went through that very rapidly, I realise, and it just happened out of nowhere. But that is another signing. A backup full-back is something that we were looking for. Now we have Andrew Robertson as a first-team left-back, El Mohammadi as a first-team right-back, and we've then got Odubajo and now Linus Volkvist as backup full-backs as well. Now that we're going to try and look at a striker, because I feel as if we've literally got Abel Hernandez, and that's basically it. We've obviously got Diamande, we've also got Will Keane. We're not wanting to use Mbakani. There were a few people that said don't sell Mbakani, but I just know he's not going to be my type of player, and he's worth £8 million. I can't turn my nose up at a 30-year-old player being worth £8 million. That's a ridiculous amount of money. So we are going to use him to try and get another striker in terms of a trade deal. We're looking at Alassane. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's last name, so if someone could drop that in the comments section, that would be really helpful. We're going to call him Alassane, though, for now, from OGC Nice. That was suggested in the comment section quite a lot. We're looking at Andrea Bellotti from Torino, and we're also looking at Deportivo Cali striker Harold Preciado from the Colombian League. We're offering a straight swap for Preciado. We're offering, I think it was £2 million plus Mbakani for Alassane, the OGC Nice striker, and also a little bit of money for Bellotti. You can see that Deportivo Cali actually accepted our offer for Preciado straight away of nothing plus Mbakani. Nice wanted £9 million plus Mbakani, and Bellotti's team Torino wanted £10.5 million. Obviously, I'll let you guys vote on what striker we're going to get, but for now, we're going to try and make an improved bid for both of these guys. We're looking at Alassane first. Again, don't know how to pronounce his last name. We're making a £4.5 million plus Mbakani bid for the French striker. 23 years of age, 77 overall, got I think about 82 potential. Now looking at Belotti, who's got a very similar potential, same overall, but he's a year younger. And we're making a £5 million bid plus Mbakani for him, and we're leaving that for Torino to decide whether they want to accept it. You can see that OGC Nice actually accepted our offer for Alassane, the French striker, so we're going to go ahead and make a contract offer for him. And my word, this has been a busy episode in terms of transfers already. We've finished off the Leon Bailey deal, we've signed Linus Volkvist as a backup, and then future first team right back. I'm really excited to see how he progresses. I don't think I've ever been more excited about a transfer, which is really weird, given we signed him for £1.2 million, but if it goes well, it could genuinely be one of the best signings, like, ever, from a team that, like, that you wouldn't expect to get such a good talent from, and all that sort of stuff. In the background, you can see we're making a contract offer for Preciado. The wages of Alassane and also Belotti, as you would imagine, were around about 35k, 30k, whatever, in terms of wages, but Preciado only wanted 4.5k. Nevertheless, in the top right of the screen, you're going to see another vote, which will decide which striker we get. Now, there will be the additional different option when it comes to these transfers of none of them. If you want me to just keep Abel Hernandez and then buy like a backup young striker who might develop into a first team player in like the second season, then that option is there for you as well. You can either choose Alassane, Andrea Belotti, Harold Preciado, or none of them. Keep Abel Hernandez as a first team striker without really any competition, and then just get a young backup striker with fairly high potential that will then take over from Abel Hernandez, you know, in Season 2 or in Season 3. So that is there for you. You can make that decision yourself. Now, though, again, a break from transfer activity, because it's time for the first game of the BPL season against none other than the team I used in FIFA 16 career mode, the reigning BPL champions Leicester City. Leon Bailey makes his full debut for this game, and Onyinye Ndidi is on the bench for this one. There you can see the squad in the background. Ryan Mason gets the nod over Huddleston, and the rest of the squad is pretty self-explanatory. If you want to pause and check that out, you are more than welcome to. Into the 10th minute, we get the first half chance of the game. Marcus Henriksen with a palm stinger for Kasper Schmeichel, but it's a good save from the Dane in the Leicester net. I know all about some of these players, and they're not defended very well there, as Ryan Mason gets a glorious chance to score the first goal of the game, but he hits the post, and he should have done far better with the shot. Into the 36th minute, though, Riyad Mahrez is causing issues, finding Ahmed Musa in the box, and he slides the shot there over the bar. I don't know how he missed in that situation. It's a poor miss, though, from Ahmed Musa. We have got a wake-up call from that, though. Into the 40th minute, we're charging forward. We've played well in this game. Leon Bailey finds Abel Hernandez in the centre, and it is the first Barclays Premier League goal of this series, and it is Abel Hernandez, perhaps proving why we don't even need to buy a striker at all. He seems to be the guy that can score a lot of goals. He's the only person that's scored in played games so far in this series. He taps it in, and it's an assist on his debut for Leon Bailey as well. Now, it might be worth mentioning this game is on World Class, not Legendary, because I want to get used to the game, though the next game will be on Legendary. This is, of course, just the first game of the season on World Class, and Marcus Henriksen should have done better with the shot, for some reason going with his left foot, and he puts the ball wide and doesn't get his first goal for the club, unfortunately, though he probably should have done. Ryan Mason with a long-range strike, but it's relatively comfortable for Kasper Schmeichel. As I said, though, this is on World Class. It seemed like a pretty comfortable game for now. The resulting corner's coming in. It's toward Abel Hernandez, and Abel Hernandez has scored again from the corner from Robert Snodgrass. And in the 72nd minute, we put the game really beyond any sort of doubt, given how Leicester have played in this one. And it is 2-0. It's a brace for Abel Hernandez again. Kasper Schmeichel, poor positioning from him, and the game ends. Riyad Mahrez looks disappointed, quite rightfully. The champions have lost on the first day of the season, just like they did in real life. It's 2 shots and 2 goals for Abel Hernandez, and we win the game 2-0. You can see the ratings in the background. A 9.1 there for Hernandez, really good rating for him. Ryan Mason, Snodgrass, and Marcus Henriksen getting good ratings as well. And a notable mention that Onyinye Ndidi managed to get onto the pitch as well later on in the game, and did perform pretty well. So excited to use him, excited to use Bailey, and also excited to use Volkvist as well when his time comes. So a very good start to our BPL campaign, but again, as I mentioned, it was on World Class, so we'll have to bump up the difficulty to Legendary for the next game against Swansea. In the background, you can see that we're targeting even even a central midfielder now. We've bought a winger, we've bought a backup fullback, and we've also bought a backup central midfielder. Now we need someone that's actually going to challenge like Tom Huddleston, Jake Livermore, Ryan Mason, and actually go above and beyond 75 overall and towards 80 overall. They don't have to be 80 overall right now, because obviously we can't afford that, but they've got to have potential to try and challenge that sort of rating. You can see some of the players that we've looked at so far. Okoye Yokujlu from Trabzonspor, no idea if I pronounced that right. Dominic Kor as well from Augsburg, who looked pretty decent, about 75 overall. Jordan Ferry as well from Lyon, who's 77. Vincent Kozielo from Nice, who would be most definitely the most expensive out of the lot. £13.5 million bid we made for him. We're also offering a deal for Jorrit Hendricks as well, of PSV Eindhoven, the defensive midfielder. You can see that the respective teams came back to us and accepted or rejected. PSV accepted our £6 million bid for Hendricks. Surprisingly, Nice accepted 13.5 for Kozielo, who 79 overall has ridiculous potential. They said they wanted 21 mil, so when I got that bid accepted, I was quite surprised. Augsburg unfortunately rejected us because they didn't want to sell Kerr, so he's out of the equation. We do still have a list of 4 players that we can look at. Jorrit Hendricks, you can see on the screen, of PSV. Vincent Kozielo of OGC Nice, Yokujlu of Trabzonspor, and also the other player, Jordan Ferry of Lyon. Now, again, I want you guys to vote. You guys voted earlier. There's no neither or none of them option this time. You've got to choose a player of some kind. There'll again be a choice of 4, and again it'll be the players that I've just listed: Yokujlu, Kozielo, Ferry, and also Jorrit Hendricks. And you guys can choose which player you want me to buy. Again, take into account wages, the actual transfer fee, how good they are, how young they are, what their potential is on the game. Obviously, if you want to go purely for potential, then Kozielo is the guy. He's got by far the highest potential. If you want to go for the cheapest option, then obviously Yokujlu would be a decent option. He's still got, I think, 83 potential, but he's pretty cheap and not as good right now. Or if you want something in the middle, maybe a slightly more experienced player, then obviously vote for Jordan Ferry. It's completely down to you guys. Again, you guys can choose which player you want me to buy. That'll either be in the top right of the screen or there'll be a straw poll below. If it's not at the top right, there will be a straw poll in the description as well. But now it is time. How many transfer things have we done today, can I just say? A ridiculous amount of transfer activity in this episode, but now it is time for the final thing in this episode. It's our second BPL game of the season against Swansea City. No real changes to the squad apart from the fact that Onyinye Ndidi makes his first start for the club since signing from Genk. He came on as a substitute in the last game. This time he starts the game though, and we'll be hoping that he has a good game. Same for Leon Bailey as well. Swansea got the first chance of the game. Obviously we're on Legendary now, but they got the first chance of the game, and indeed he had our first chance of the game in the 41st minute. Decent sort of snapshot there, a long ranger testing the gloves of Fabianski. Looks as if indeed he actually has good long shots, which I wasn't really expecting from him. I was just expecting him to be somewhat of a powerhouse, and at this point in the game he's played very well. Leon Bailey though has now got the ball from Abel Hernandez. He's gone past the defender far too easily, and Leon Bailey gets his first goal for the club. He got his first assist last game, and he's already making a big impact on this squad as a left midfielder. This time Abel Hernandez returns the favour. He gets the assist for Leon Bailey, and it's a great shot in off the post past Lukas Fabianski. The Polish goalkeeper had absolutely no chance, and it is a second game goal for Leon Bailey in this series. What an introduction he's had, an assist and a goal already. Into the second half though, Swansea going forward. Angel Rangel with the cross across the box, but it's a good block and clearance away from Dawson, Michael Dawson, whatever his flipping first name is, Dawson. Abel Hernandez there with a chance. He went with his left because he's left-footed, unfortunately, though he probably should have gone with his right. Into the 66th minute, Marcus Henriksen finding Abel Hernandez, then to Leon Bailey, lovely passing play. It's bobbled in though off the goalkeeper, and it is 2-0, and it's that man again, Leon Bailey, the new signing from Genk. You guys seem to have chosen very, very well. I'm liking the choices you guys are making already in this series. Leon Bailey gets himself a brace, and it is 2-0, and even though we're on Legendary, we're still winning. Onyinye Ndidi's going forward. What a game this kid has had. Marcus Henriksen with the shot, trying to make it 3, and over the bar from Leon Bailey. It would have been his hat-trick. I think it deflected over the bar in the end. I think it was actually a cross that just deflected, and unfortunately didn't bounce kindly for him. Into injury time again, and Borja Baston with a shot, and Dawson with a fantastic block, even this late into the game. The managers shake hands seconds though, and it is the end of the game. It is a 2-0 win. Henriksen and Bailey seem to be best mates already. They're happy with the result, and it is yet another win in this series to open up the season. We have done a very, very good job in the first few games this season. Leon Bailey doesn't even get man of the match. It was actually Abel Hernandez again who got man of the match, but Leon Bailey with a brace. What a result for us, and what a game, what a performance as well from our new signings. And Didi and Bailey are looking very promising. Volkvist we haven't exactly seen too much of, but he'll be playing in the next game, which is a cup game, so he'll definitely feature in that one. And would you believe we're actually top of the table after the first 2 games? Absolutely astonishing. In the background though, you're seeing a little bit of a new feature to this channel. I haven't done anything like this before. It's a Hall of Fame. So basically, whoever's like top goal scorer, top assist maker throughout the entire series, you'll see it on this graphic at the end of every single episode. It's also got the transfer record fee on there as well, which is currently held by Leon Bailey, of course, because he signed for £6 million. We've got top goal scorer being Abel Hernandez. We've got top assist maker. There'll be all sorts of other stuff on there, clean sheets, all that sort of stuff. Just stats that you guys can check. Just gives a little bit of a different dimension as well to the series. If you guys are wondering how the entire series has gone, you know, maybe if we sign a new striker, they'll have to beat Abel Hernandez's goal record or something to be the best goal scorer at the club throughout the entire series. I just felt as if it was quite a nice addition to the series, and I hope you guys like it. Player of the episode will also return next episode, but it's not returning just yet because of transfer activity. I want you guys to focus on voting for transfers rather than player of the episode, but that will return once we are out of the transfer window. If you enjoyed this episode though, feel free to smash the likes button. 300 likes on the first episode. If we could get anywhere near that again, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe again if you're new around here. That will massively help me out. New subscriptions are always welcome, and if you are new to the channel, welcome. I hope you enjoy the content now and in the future as well. It's been a pleasure ranting at you guys though today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Nah, that's not me. Act like a waste man, that's not me. Sex in the girl, nah, that's not me.